This show is sponsored by ShopVeteran.ca and the Canadian Legacy Project. Are you a veteran who owns a business? If so, register your business for free on ShopVeteran.ca, or if you would like to support veteran-owned businesses, be sure to make ShopVeteran.ca your first-stop shop. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. I wanted to talk to you today about sacrifice and how to win. This is something that I've been thinking a lot about lately. As society has been changing, people are forgetting what it takes to win at anything. And what has been happening that I've seen, and maybe you agree, maybe you don't. I'd love to see your comments on this and to share your insights. But it seems like people are less and less willing to do the work, whatever that work is. And if your goal is trauma recovery and you're not willing to do the work, then you're just going to be relying on pills, and that won't take you very far. Might give you some temporary relief for a while, but it's not going to take you very far. If cannabis is your thing, that's a great coping mechanism for a while. It's much more healthier than most of the pills out there. But if that's all you're doing, then you're coping, not healing. If you're not healing, you're not doing the work. The coping is easy. Coping doesn't take a lot of work. Coping, you just do it, whether it's spending all of your time on a motorcycle or spending all your time in avoidance or whatever it is for you. If you're always in coping mode, using your coping tools, then you're not healing. The point of healing is so that there's less to cope with. If you're always coping, you're not healing. So I wanted to talk a bit about being the hero of the story. We see it in stolen valor. We want these are people that want to be the hero, but they weren't willing to do the work, to take the risk, to make the sacrifice. They weren't willing to take that rucksack and carry it for 20 miles or to sign the dotted line, risk their lives, but they wish that they were, and it eats them up that they aren't. So they make up a story. It's like a narcissist's reality. The reality of a narcissist is they live this lie that they need to believe because they just can't handle the truth. What they did wasn't enough. So they have to create a reality where they are much more in that reality than what they actually are. So everybody wants to be the hero of the story, but very few are willing to accept the sacrifice, which is always required. To be a champion in any sport, you got to be all in. It's all in. It has to be the center of your life, their primary focus. You can't be a dabbler and be a pro athlete. You can't. You have to be all the way in. When Schwarzenegger was a bodybuilder, everything else was a distant second. There were no distractions, not women, not parties, not nothing, because he had a primary goal. His eyes were on the prize, and he was better at being a champion bodybuilder. His primary goal, he was better at that than anybody else, because his focus was better than anybody else. It was more commitment, more determination. And it's the same with absolutely every champion. Everybody that's at the top of the food chain in their given sport or profession or activity, if you're at the top, it's not just talent. Sure, talent matters, talent helps, but hard work wins. Hard work is what gets you there. So back to the stolen valor, that's people that want credentials but were unwilling to take the risks. And if you're working out once a week, but you're envious of people that are ultra fit, and you think, man, I want that to be me. I want that to be me. But you're not doing the work because you're only working out for 20 minutes a week. You're just not going to get there. You have to do the work. Everybody wants to be fit and strong. Very few are willing to do what's required. What separates the dreamers from the doers is commitment, discipline, determination, and sacrifice. These four things: commitment, discipline, determination, and sacrifice. The barriers that keep people from doing these things, It's fear. It's always fear, some kind of fear, whether it's fear of success, fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of being judged by others. Whether you win or you lose, people are worried about what other people have to think. Or a fear of finding out, oh my God, if I do my absolute best and I still fail, oh, I can't deal with that because then I am not the person that I was hoping that I would be. Well, if you don't try, then you'll never be the person that you were hoping to be. So if you have to get comfortable with failure. I just came from a skydiving weekend and I jumped out of a plane yet again, and it was a horrible skydive. I was flopping all over the place. I could not stabilize. I was spinning and flopping and flipping. And no, it had been 20 years since the last time I had done it. And for some reason, they let me do a full, right from the roof down to the floor, all by myself skydive. But I did it. I opened the chute on time, but on video, it looks like ass. So I was upset for a bit because I don't like doing poorly at things. And I was hoping that I would have done better, but I didn't. And the only way that I'm going to find out what happens is by doing it. So it is so much better to have done it and done poorly than to have not done it at all, because I know how to correct it. I know exactly what to do. Just have to have a better arch and better hand position and have slower movements because I was moving too quickly. I can make the adjustments and I can learn, but it hasn't beat me. I'm probably going to jump again. I'm not scared of the jump. I'm not scared of jumping out of a plane at all, actually. I did it again. But the idea of embarrassment or failure or being judged by others, that's the hard part to overcome. So it's fear any way that you look at it. I don't like doing poorly. I don't like being judged by others. I don't like being at the back of the pack. I like to be up at the front and I like to be one of the better ones. Don't have to be the best, but I like to be good. And that's everybody. Everybody likes to be good at stuff. Nobody likes to suck at stuff. But to be good, you first have to suck. If I want to be a good skydiver, I got to suck for a while. I got to be the new guy for a while. And that is just everything. It is just life. A good friend of mine, I've never failed at anything. Well, bullshit. And if that's your idea of I'm a good person or I'm a capable person because I don't fail, well, first, it's not accurate. Second, if you're not failing, you're not trying. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself. You have to push. If you don't push yourself until you fail, until you find out, oh man, I was a bag of hammers, I was a complete mess at that, then you're not pushing yourself at all. Then you're just twiddling your thumbs. You're not finding out what you're capable of. Another friend of mine, everything comes easy to him. Everything. He's a champion of this and a champion of that, but only because he's competing a class or two down from where he could be. Because he would rather be the champion and be a sandbagger than to push himself and to be in the middle of the pack or the back of the pack. And that's just not me. I got to push myself, see what I'm capable of. And at the end of the day, you're going to be happier. You're going to be a happier human being if you fail once in a while and you learn from it. If you get comfortable with failure, oh, that is so much better than being afraid to fail and avoiding situations where you might fail. Embrace situations, seek out situations where you are very likely to fail. And if you win, great, nice surprise. If you don't, well, you got to start somewhere. You learn. You either win or you learn. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. It's what gets me through. And if you want to be great, you have to be comfortable with failure. That's just the only way it is. Thanks, everybody.